Mr. Raul Malk, Special Diplomatic Representative in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Estonia.
Thank you. I think that we don't have very much secrets because we also stand very highly on the list of transparency. So, and it is one of the priorities. I was dealing in Brussels a lot with transparency, and there was a very small group of countries, including some from the Baltic Sea region, but not all, who were fighting for more transparency in the work of the European Union. I'm now 8th day in the office. So I don't have those nice pictures because we don't do, I haven't used to do them because we don't have them in Coreper. So I'm used to talk without pictures now. And second 8th day means that I really have some reflections and some points. It is not a presentation as such. First, I would like to say some words about formats of cooperation. My new job, it's Ambassador at Large for the Baltic Sea Cooperation, means that I have to look to all existing formats and find out where we have best possibilities to solve one or another problem. There are so many formats around the Baltic Sea and so many meetings. I think that some of you are very experienced sitting at different regional meetings. We have Baltic Free. Estonia is now holding presidency in the Baltic Council of Ministers, and innovation is one of our priorities there, and luckily this seminar also supports that priority of our presidency. Second is Nordic-Baltic format for us. And here we have countries with rather different still level of achievements. And also, that's important looking to everything we heard today, different ways of financing. In our case, EU money is half, around half. In the case with Nordic countries, their own money is the total majority, and EU money plays just a role. When we have CBSS, it's very much Russia handling organization. It's the way how to get them into the cooperation, but in the area of innovation, let's be honest, achievements of a CBSS are not very loud. And then now we have EU strategy, a rather new one, first regional strategy, macro-regional strategy from EU, and very still in the beginning. And here is one very important difference. All previous ones are intergovernmental. This is the strategy which involves very much the role for the European Commission. And it means that now we have to look to all those formats together and see how we work, because as I mentioned in our case, and it's similar in Latvia and Lithuania, some half of the money is the European Union money we use in those nice programs we were talking about here through one day. Now, second point is about money again, financial perspective. We got some problems with timetables and coherence because they run differently. The financial perspective, the 7th framework program, our own national plans, they all have different timetables. So here we got some problems we have to deal. And of course, very important for us is the next financial perspective. And we usually speak about the discussions around the next perspective, but it's very much now to start to prepare our homework for the next perspective. This perspective, it was somewhere around 3.4 or so billion euros European funds coming into Estonia. And it is a place for many important choices, asphalt against brains. We tried to do brains. Being honest, we have a compromise between asphalt and brains. Now, coming to Estonia, I think that for innovation, the first point where we must always look to is the climate for innovation. It means that if we're only doing things which are important for one hour program, it doesn't work if there is not enough good, not only business climate. It's about creativity in the whole society. It's about free, liberal, creative, open, and so on society. And it's why in Estonia we try to keep our eye also from the point of view of finances on that. Yes, we have a lot of complaints, but it appears that we spend most among the EU member states on culture, if you take the percentage of state expenditure. So it's very, very important to have right environment. Money is a very difficult question today when we have all those crisis problems. And it's sometimes very easy to cut off all those not very clear scientific things which sometimes where people sometimes want to buy very, very expensive instruments. So it's very important to maintain the level of financing. And luckily I can say that one of the areas where we successful is too much to say, but where we were able to resist all the temptations is financing of research and development. We maintained the level of financing, we even a little bit increase. We now aim towards 2%. Yes, it is still a lot of work. For next year, I will not be surprised if in the next budget we will aim something like 1.8. I hope I told it enough diplomatically. Now, next problem here is institutions at home. I will not talk in detail about the Governmental Research and Development Council, which is dealing with priorities, as we heard from the Commission, not enough strongly yet. When Enterprise Estonia, which supports business, and when Development Fund, which is dealing with visions and investing in interesting things. Very important is to see that innovation covers not only high-tech, and here I was very happy to hear from Mr. Rose about the low-tech innovation, because our economy is not only those nice IT enterprises. The majority are just ordinary enterprises. And they also have to innovate and change. And from that point of view, I have a little bit a problem, but it seems that we have not used a crisis enough well. We are wasting a good crisis, especially in that sector. We got some good results with all those new technologies. And finally, of course, we have to move forwards. We are today 14th on the European Union Innovation Scoreboard list. And of course, the Baltic Sea region is very important for us because one of the major deficits the analysis shows for Estonia is we are still not yet enough integrated. On all the levels I mentioned, we have to find out how to integrate on all those levels and of course wider. Enterprise Estonia now has a representation in Silicon Valley. Our technical universities opening a representation there, and we also work in Shanghai. So we have to go to a wider world. Thank you.